and y'all know what I'm going to say. If you know someone who's supposed to be on this call and they're not, send them a message real quick. Get them on this call. I think some people are just going to join us a little bit late. Yeah. Get them on the call, and I will be hitting admit over here as I let people in from the waiting room. I see some new faces. I see lots of beautiful, familiar faces staring back at me. But for those of you that are new, my name is Amber Livesay, and I am one half of the leadership of the Pink Link team. And of course, you all know my beautiful sister, Jana Hooten, the other half of the leadership of the Pink Link team. And we love you guys. We love this team. We love doing these calls. And I'm so excited about tonight. You guys, we had to postpone it, but I promise you it was worth the wait. And I don't even know what you're going to say yet, but I know it was worth the wait. Genevieve Skory, how long have you been with corporate now? A few years.
3 years, and I think 9 or 10 months. 9 or 10
Okay.
months.
Coming up on 4 years. Okay.
I know.
And as Lynn and I were just talking, Genevieve has quite the fan club. Y'all should have seen it at Leaders Retreat. She came out on that stage. It was like a rock star rocking out there. We were all like, oh, we love you, because we do. She has brought so much value to Plexus Corporate and working with us. And it has been a joy to get to know her also on a friendship level. So Genevieve, I told you we're going to start this call, and I'm just going to let you take it away. So the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, friend. And can I tell you, I know that you probably already know this, but your leadership team, both Amber and Jana, like these are the cream of the crop people. Like these are the cream of the crop of our leadership team. And I know that there's some leaders within this, but it all starts at the top and it trickles down. And one of the reasons I'm so excited to be here is because of your leaders and the heart that they have for what we are really trying to do. And you guys, what we're really trying to do is transform people's lives. Like, don't ever, like, it's so funny to me when people are like, oh, I'm not motivated, or, oh, I just don't. And I'm like, what? I'm sorry. What? No, you have lost that love and feeling. If you wake up and you're like, I just don't, I don't want to, I'm like, what? You don't want to find people within earshot of you who are looking for their life to be transformed in some way. And the list, let me just tell you, is endless. To be able to give a child their mama back who is like not sleeping on the couch all the time anymore, right? I mean, I've done some calls with people who are like, you know what? My kids have their mom back. I literally spent so much time on the couch. I had no energy for my children. We're putting parents back where they should be, right? That's significant. To be able to bring a woman, a wife, or a husband back to that emotional level where they can experience things on an emotional level that they haven't been able to before because of their stress, or just because their gut is out of whack and it creates all of those crazy feelings. It's like we are mending marriages in a lot of situations. We are. For people that, they don't like what they look at in the mirror, which, listen, I have had my health journey, but there's nothing more satisfying than helping people feel good about what they see. People come in all shapes and sizes, and that's great, but everybody should look in that mirror and be thankful for the body that they're in. So in my estimation, there's no time for feel like doing it. To me, I feel like TikTok. Time is running out for people. There are people, like, I got to tell you, my mom is actually getting out of the hospital tomorrow. She has pseudo gout. Do we have any medical professionals on the call here? Pseudo gout. Basically, she's got such bad arthritis in one knee that it is inflamed and it's causing trouble and all this. And like, listen, my mom needs the health overhaul. Like, all the things, addicted to sugar. I know that all of the foundational things that she's experiencing start with gut health, And we make it easy. I mean, seriously, Triplex is easy. It's a couple pills and a pink drink, a couple pills, a couple potty stops, a couple drinks of pink drinks. You know, it's like people don't have to know they don't have to jump through hoops. It's like, hey, instead of drinking your coffee, drink the pink drink, you know? Remember to take a few pills. Feed your body the things that are going to make it work better. And we make it super simple, 3 products. So one of the things that I know for sure is I have bought it all, hook, line, and sinker, like 100% bought it all. And it's crazy to me that we aren't more open and more consistent in our sharing. And I think, you know, you guys, I think that starts with us and our limited belief in ourselves. I just do. I think if we really understood the caliber of people we were expected to be, the amount of people that are actually in our communities who are looking for us to be that beacon of light, the people in our social media who could be influenced to take a very small step in the right direction, I know we could help more people. I know we could help more people. And, you know, a lot of times people go, yeah, but I just don't even know if they're going to want to. And I'm like, but that's not really the point. The point is that we are looking for the people who are looking for us every single day. It's like a glorious Easter egg hunt, right? It's like you look under the bush, no egg. I've never seen a child throw down their bag and be like, I'm not doing this, I can't find an egg. They're just like, hey, it's not underneath there. Let me go run to the tree and see if it's at the base of the tree. And then you ever watch, I mean, seriously, we just got done with Easter. You watch kids, they go at it. Like they go at it. They're not like, well, let me just mosey around here and see if I feel like looking for the Easter eggs. They go at it because they know the sooner they find it, the faster the results that they are looking for. And what I want you to know, and I really believe this with all my heart, each and every one of you already has a team out there looking for you. How easy are you making it for them to find you? That's a good question, right? Like if I told you, no, seriously, you know, one of my favorite musicals is Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Has anybody seen that? Like I'm dating myself here, but I love, there's a song in there where they're like, Joseph, we've read the story and we know it works out okay. Like he's in the dungeon. The worst things have happened to the guy. And they're like, don't worry, Joseph. The chorus sings, don't worry, Joseph. We've read the book and it's going to be fine. And I'm like, what if I told you, like, I've actually seen your team. Like, I know they're out there. They're looking for you. But yeah, you're going to have to sort through some people that aren't your team in order to find the people who are your team. Would that make you reach out for more people? Like we take that rejection as like, oh my gosh, nobody wants to. It's like, no, just those people. Those people right now in this unit of time don't know enough to say yes. They just don't know enough. To me, know is KNOW. They don't know enough. And all of us, I think, can relate to that, can't we? How many of you said yes the first time you were approached? Most of us were like, nope, get away with your network marketing thing and your pink drink and all the things, right? We all were skeptical at first, and it took us a minute to actually hear the whole and complete story. And so I want to invite you to challenge yourselves to reach out to, if it's one person a day, that's fine. Reach out to one new person a day. And let me just tell you what that could look like, because I'm a big fan of simple. So maybe I've been watching on Facebook and I see that Randa is like having the worst trouble with her health, right? Now, Randa's never reached out to me. So what do most of us do? We're like, ooh, reach out to me, reach out to me, reach out to me, reach out to me. I will just wait until you reach out to me. You might even pray, Lord, let her reach out to me. You know, I'm a big fan of pray towards heaven, row towards shore. That is my motto 100%, right? So you don't reach out to Randa because you don't know how to reach out to Randa without either one, trying to sell Randa something, right? Nobody wants to feel pushy. Well, then don't be pushy. It really is that simple. But two, we also don't want rejection. We got to reframe the way we look at rejection. You got to socialize NO to KNOW, doesn't know enough. So I might reach out to Randa and I might just simply say something like, Randa, listen. Now that's how I start. I start with listen. I know we have never talked about plexus before. Okay. I believe my formula is say what you think they're thinking. Don't make it weird. The way you make it weird is you act like they aren't thinking that you're weird, right? So that's how you make it weird. The other way you make it weird is you start off with like, you should buy something for me. Everybody wants to buy, friends, but nobody really wants to be sold to. And you know that if you've ever walked into a department store with a registry in your hand, right? You got money in your hand, you got a registry in your hand. And as soon as the salesperson walks up to you and says, may I help you? What's our first response? No. I'm like, let me get this straight. You are in this door. You are dripping money. You have a list of things that you are going to buy. She is not fooled. You are there to buy something, but we want to do it on our own terms. So if you can learn to present plexus on people's own terms, even though it would be uncomfortable for you for just a little while, and it's just a little while, if you always let them control I'm a big fan of like, I'm not trying to trick people. I'm just trying to present something to you if you invite me to. So I might call Randa, I might connect with Randa, say, Randa, honey, listen, I cannot watch you spend one more day on your couch, girl. Right? Or you might say, Randa, I love you too much to watch you post one more time about your crazy health. Right? You're picking up what I'm laying down here, you guys, right? Randa. Oh, honey, I'm crying with you every time you drop that kid off at daycare. You don't have to post I'm literally crying with you, right? So I am going to point out some part of her life that I've noticed that is less than optimum, okay? And then I might say something like, listen, I know we've never talked, I know we've never talked about plexus before. I can't watch this one more day. I just wanted to reach out to you in the event that you would like to hear how I solved that exact same problem. Okay, I wanted to reach out to you in the event that you wanted to check out what my friend Marcy did about that exact same issue. Right? So I'm just, now what I'm doing, by the way, is I'm checking for readiness. checking for readiness. Because y'all, you can have the best hamburger shop in the world, but if everybody driving by your store just ate, they're not going to be hungry for your hamburgers. And that's no reflection on you or your hamburgers. You are just talking to the unhungry people. And that's just not a good use of your time. So you always want to check for readiness. I just want to check in and see, what if I could help you? Would you want to hear more? I have no idea if this is a fit for you or not. It was for me and about 700 of my closest friends, right? But I wanted to see if you were open to hearing more, or saying, I was wondering if you're open to checking it out for yourself, checking it out for yourself. Now, you guys, side note, I love a good pitch. And since I have been around the hood a little bit here with direct sales, I have people calling me all the time. And it's the same crazy, funny stuff that we all like, haven't heard from you in forever, but all of a sudden you want to connect with me. And then it's like, I have something to share with you. I'm like, sure you do, right? But I really am interested in how people are presenting stuff. And listen, I'm always excited about something. So yeah, pitch your thing to me. And recently I had a friend call me, and worst pitch ever on the face of the planet. Like, it was fact, cryptocurrency, fact. And I was like, girl, I don't even know what to tell you. Like, I'm super impressed that you called me, first of all, because I really was. But I was like, I just want to take you under my little wings and tell you that nobody buys because of the facts. They buy because of some emotional connection to the transformation and not the product itself. Does that make sense? So reaching out to Randa doesn't have to be hard. I could call Jessica and just be like, Jessica, listen, we just announced something new. And while we've never talked about Plexus before, girl, I just feel like you might want to check this out for yourself. I've noticed that you post a lot about not feeling great, and I can relate. This new thing could be exactly what you need, but I don't know where you are in the, like, are you open to hearing about something that has changed the lives of so many friends that I have? Are you open? Because I would love to share with you and let you check it out for yourself. Does that make sense? Now, do you think you could do that? Doesn't that seem a little more exciting than, hey, I'm selling something. I would love it if you would open your wallet and spend your money with me. You see, what happens when you try to sell people stuff and enter into transactions, right, is that you actually inadvertently create an adversarial position with them. Because if I came to you and said, I want to take some of your money, does that make you open your wallet, or does that make you hold on to your money more tightly? It makes most people hold on to their money, right? And so you want to create this experience where it's like, you're going to let go of it because you want to, and you're going to let go of it on your own time, and you're going to let go of it on your own accord. Now, what would I do? You might be like, okay, well, what do you do then? Well, honestly, I would just try to get them on a phone call. I know those are so outdated. I have people like, phone call. Like, listen. And by the way, this information is not texted to people. The order of effectiveness is in person, which you can't always do, phone call, which people don't want to do, right? People are annoyed by phone calls all of a sudden. Text, voice message, so they can hear your tone and your intonation. And then text is last. Are you picking up what I'm laying down? Because when you text someone, my friends, they read it in their own cranky voice. They read it in their own skepticism. some of you guys are doing the right thing, but you're just not text messaging it. So they're like, this is how they read, like, Jana, you have a health problem. You should take a look at what I'm doing. It's helped me and all, right? It's like, if they're kind of cranky, that's how they're going to read that, you know? And you just want them to see that, like, I'm reaching out to you with a heart of help. And I have no idea if you're open for help or not. I do like to say it to people, like, I have no idea, because I don't. Like, do I think you should? 100%. 100%. But here's the deal, Lola, I'm not dragging your sorry little butt across the line to try to get you to buy this stuff. It is too tiring. And there are too many people that are already looking. So I do not have to try to convince you or trick you to buy my stuff. I am looking for people that are like, pick me, please help me, pick me. And I'm like, great. Now, those other people do eventually come around. They do. Some of them do. Some of them do. And I've started to, how people say some will, some won't. I've changed that. I am saying some will, most won't. So what? Because most won't. Most people won't make changes for the better. Most people won't put in the hard work to learn something new. Most people won't have the discipline out of the gate. And so you got to ask yourself the question, is it easier to work with people who are already excited and ready? Or should I try to convince my third cousin who just got out of prison for the 4th time to do plexus because they really need it? You know what I'm saying? Are you picking up when I'm laying down? You guys know, like, we're always like, oh, yes. I'm like, okay, Mother Teresa, you circle back around and pick those people up after you have saved yourself, paid off your mortgage, helped your family, got your health in order, all your friends, and then you can circle back around, to cousin Edna and her inability to not do whatever landed her in jail, So it's just honestly and truly, it is a gift worth talking about. And the more you talk about it, the more people are going to get excited. Now, what does this look like on social media? Oh, can I stop? Just make this, let me stop right now, because you're not going to like what I have to say. Stop over promising with the products. I know that there's some of you that think like, oh, I just post stuff and then the people see it and then they buy. Really? How's that working out? How is that? How does that work? I do not know of anyone who was just simply posting and people are just blatantly like, buy from me, it's this much money. No. As a matter of fact, if you don't lead with emotion, if you do not create emotional connections before you add information, it gets weird. It gets really, really weird. So when someone calls me and says, hey, I'm excited to hear what you're doing, it's like, get curious. Really? What is exciting you? Tell me what you're seeing that excites you so that I know where to take the conversation. So if I did call Stacy, and Stacy's like, I am open, right? I am open. Then I'm going to go, great. Let's talk about you, Stacy. Let's talk about you. I only know what I see online, but tell me, girl, what is going on with you? And I'm taking all the notes. And then I'm asking questions like, and how does that feel? How does that feel? Because if you don't make an emotional connection, the brain actually doesn't open for the information. Does that make sense? That's why transactional selling is awful. I don't hate sales. I hate transactional sales. I hate when it's just you're in order to me. I need your money. You need my product. There we go. Go on your merry way. People are smarter than that. They're more sophisticated now, right? So what we want to do is we want to create relationships. And then we want to say, you know what? It sounds to me like you guys, we make this way too complicated. It sounds to me like you might need to get your gut in order. Or it sounds to me, if I'm reading this correctly, is your biggest priority weight loss? Yes, my biggest priority is weight loss. Fantastic. There's 1 or 2 welcome packs, friends. Are you picking up on it? Like 1 or 2 welcome packs. You're either buying the weight loss essentials or you're buying the gut health, right? And that's it. I'm not sending Marcy to my website where she can get confused and decide amongst the 900 things there that she, have you guys ever been to the Cheesecake Factory? Anybody? Oh my land. I need a half an hour. I'm like, could I get a highlighter and a half an hour to go through this menu, please? Okay. And then when the waitress comes over, I'm like, okay, in chapter 5, I have a question. I have a question in chapter 5. I happen to be vegan. Is this vegan? Okay. Well, let's go back to chapter 2. Chapter 2. Okay. Appetizers, chapter, like, you don't want people taking all, people like, oh no, everything is specialized. I need to make, it's like, no, no, no. Talk amongst yourselves, decide. We're going to sell people, for the most part, triplex and ease. Or we're going to sell the weight loss essentials or whatever it's called now. I don't even know. Can't even keep up. I'm just saying, oh, that's recorded. Shoot. Okay. But anywho, right. Like, just always have something to send people that you're like, you know what it sounds like? It sounds like you need this. And then let me help you. Let me help you with the next step. It is crazy affordable. It's about $7 a day. Like, our biggest welcome pack, you guys, is like $7 a day per product. Like, it's like $1 per day. It's like $1 per use per product. Like, I think our best, one of our welcome packs is like 8 products, 7, 8 products. And if you do the math and break it up over 30 days, it's literally $7 a day, and it's 7 products. So you might say something like, if I told you that for $1 a day, if I told you that for less than it costs to go out for dinner, we could get your health on track, is that something you would consider? And good news, we have a never-ending coupon. Sam 2020. It's like, it'll be the year 2030 and it'll be like, use Sam 2020. It's like, can we update the thing? At least make it Sam 2022. I'm like, that. It's like, yes, it's Sam 1776. Put that coupon in there and you are good to go, right? So don't be afraid of the price, because here's another phrase I want you to get used to. And Jessica, I know we've never talked about this, but I pride myself on being able to teach people how to get their products paid for. So you never have to worry that finances are going to get in the way of your health journey. Right? And if Jessica seems interested, then I'm going to go, and girl, we could probably get your products paid for before they even arrive. But Jessica might go, no, stop it. I'm like, great, Jessica, fine. But you know what I'm going to do once Jessica orders? I'm going to say it again. So Jessica orders like a week later or whatever. And I'm going to go, okay, Jessica, so excited that you ordered. Super excited about your journey. You're going to love this. It's going to take a minute. Remember, I told you it's going to take a minute. Now, I had mentioned before that I pride myself on being able to teach people how to get their products paid for. Where are you in terms of wanting to hear more about that? Because I feel like we could actually start to get your products paid for before they actually arrive. Are you picking up what I'm laying down? And then Jessica gets her products and she's loving them. And I'm going to say it again. And remember, Jessica, when you have a really great experience, I don't want you to forget that I can show you how to get those products paid for, girl. Because when Jessica goes to turn off her subscription because she's thinking it's too expensive, she's going to remember that I can show her how to get her products paid for. And you guys, this is a conversation that you have all along the way, so that by the time they're ready to turn a sub off because they just don't feel like they can afford it anymore, that's not the first time they're hearing that conversation. Does that make sense? Shaking your heads for me. Does that make sense? Right. But most people are like, okay, I just want people to use the products. I do too, but I want them to stay on the products. And don't be afraid to tell people, because we are so good at trickery at Plexus. It's like, well, I'm just going to get you this at my pricing. You're going to get it at my pricing. Oh, and did I forget to tell you that it went on a subscription? Did I forget to tell you that? I don't know how that slipped my little mind, but yes, everything you order or goes on. It's okay to tell people this is the problem I have, honestly and truly, when we were like, you can get it, all this for like $59. And I'm like, it's not $59. You can start at that price, but I set it up so that they understand you're not buying a welcome pack. You are buying a transformation. You are buying a guided, science-based, community-based transformation. And we're like family. You can't get rid of us that easily. After 30 days, you're not done with us. We are going to keep connecting. So you want to set that expectation up that like, this is a transformation. And although I just want to be really clear with you, you're going to want to commit to this for a few months. You're going to want to stay on it longer, but I don't want to set this expectation up that if you don't feel results in 3 days, it's not working, because it didn't get that way in 3 days. It's not going to fix in 3 days. So, whew, that's a lot. That was a lot. Oh my gosh. Was that helpful? And
oh my goodness, that was, I can't write fast enough. I think I have 5 pages of notes. I can't write fast enough. And someone's got to go take care of, was it cousin Edna getting out of prison? I don't know whose cousin that is, but y'all need to whip her into shape.
Sure, bail money is due. I got to go
deal with cousin Edna. Genevieve, we love you so much. Do you have time to take just a couple questions?
Yes, that's why I thought I would stop and I would answer some questions.
All right, let's do some Q&A. If anyone has a question for Genevieve, go ahead and unmute. Or if you feel more comfortable, you can put it in the chat. Randa's got one. Yeah.
All right. So I've got a girl that I messaged 2 weeks ago. She had been on the products for almost a month and had already lost some weight. She was loving it. And I reached out to her and said, hey girl, you're an amazing influencer. You'd be great at sharing Plexus with people and helping them, and just basically asked her to work the business. And she has ghosted me ever since, will not reply to anything when I check in on her with her products. So what do you suggest that I say or do at this point?
Yeah. So one of the only thing you did there was you didn't check in first to see if that was information she was open to. Right. So you really do have to, first of all, I wouldn't make up stories about why she's not talking to you. Just FYI, you have no idea. So don't tell yourself anything significant there. All you know for sure is, like you said, she's not getting back to me. She's just not getting back to me. But one of the things that you're going to want to do is when you see people and you think like, oh my gosh, they would be great at this, it is okay to tell them, I was just thinking about, because the problem is it makes it sound too much like that benefits you, right? You've got this great community of people and you're primed for, reaching. So maybe what you would want to do is ask about the financial state of her influencing. So a lot of times influencers really aren't making money. So what I would recommend is moving forward, and I'll talk about what you can do next, but moving forward, I would say, listen, first I would make sure she's having a really great product experience. I would also start to pepper in that conversation. Hey, I just wanted to make sure that you knew I pride myself on being able to help people pay for their products. And then I would check in and go, hey, now that you've been using your products, I wanted to circle back around to that conversation so that it doesn't make it look like it's special to her necessarily, because influencers also kind of see themselves as celebrities kind of. So it's like, oh, I get it. You only really asked me because you wanted me to share, right? So you might say something like, hey, I just wanted to circle back around to that conversation and see if you had any interest in hearing more. See, you jumped to, you could have a business, right? Which isn't a bad thing. It's just, there's a couple of other steps that needed to happen in between there. Like, hey, are you open to, do you keep your options open for creating some extra income? I know that you're super busy as an influencer, but I wondered if you keep your options open for additional streams of income. You can always do that. I want to circle back around to the conversation about whether you'd like to know more, want to know more about how to get your products paid for. So one of the things that I see people do is they just give too much information on that first call. So it's like, I wanted to know if you'd reach out to people by making a simple post, and then you can make all this money. And then here, let me send you this graphic that I made, and blah, 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 blah. It's like, no, that's got to be kind of chopped up. What you can do at this point is just, so what's your vibe? Like, I'm kind of a funny, straightforward vibe kind of person. Are you more of a laid back person? Are you more of you're pretty direct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I would consider maybe going, hey, it's me, your friendly plexus stalker, wanted to check in with you. Clearly, I scared you off, and I wanted to connect with you because what I care most about is that you have a great product experience. Tell me all the things. How's it going? And I would put going in quotes and maybe add the poop emoji, right? So I would try to do something kind of funny to get her back on that. Is that too weird? Did I make it weird? Did I make it? So I would try to do something funny, and then I would just kind of keep, and you're brave. So that bravery is going to do you so proud. But I think that if you're brave enough to do that ask, you reach back out and you just go, hey, I might have, you could even say like, hey, I listened to this phone call, and this woman, her whole thing is like hashtag don't make it weird. And I immediately thought of you. Like, I think I might've made it weird the last time I connected with you. And I just wanted to call and say, I'm sorry. I just wanted to know how things are going. And I would use the poop emoji. So
Okay.
Could
All
that
right.
work?
Thank
Man,
you.
that's
Yes.
so good, Genevieve. Just the way that you word things. I'm writing down word for word sentences that you're saying because it's just so good.
Yeah.
Did anyone else have any questions?
Don't send me a t-shirt that says use the poop emoji more.
Yeah, use the poop. No, I had another idea for a t-shirt. Some will, most won't. So what? That's your next t-shirt. So what? Jana, did you have anything you wanted to add, or did anybody else have another question?
I got time for questions. You're all afraid.
We got her, you guys.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm a brand new ambassador, and I would love for you to walk me through. No, I'm a brand new VIP. Sorry, and I would love for you to walk me through what my first month looks like. You just signed me up. How does our first month look like?
So you're asking, how would I treat a new VIP?
That is exactly what I'm asking.
Yeah. Do they want to share the products? Have I had that conversation with them?
I haven't had that conversation yet.
Okay.
I just want to lose weight in 2 weeks for my daughter's wedding.
Oh, fantastical. Right?
Right.
So I would make sure that she loses weight in 2 weeks for her daughter's wedding. Is she on Metaburn?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So I might say, Terri, how's it going? How are things going? I'm calling to check in on your health goals and your transformation. I'm here to support you. And this is one of my first of many calls, because we're going to be friends now, to see how things are going. So I would 100% be working on the relationship with her, because so here's a couple of things that I'm noticing when I talk to somebody who says I want to lose weight in 2 weeks. One, they're fast. Like, people who say they like fast actually could be really good sharers because they don't have to think about stuff. So when people use words like fast, quickly, whatever, you think like, okay, that's good. They're go-getters, right? How's it going? The other thing is that I would also be very sensitive to the fact that they just told you that they have a wedding coming up in 2 weeks, personally. So I would be like, how's the wedding going? Da-da. And I wouldn't be thinking in terms of like, let me see if I can pressure her into sharing in the 2 weeks before the wedding. My goal would be to have that sister looking so hot at that wedding that people are like, what are you drinking, eating, doing, right? And so I would be focusing on like, hey, I want to make sure that you're like doing all the things so that you show up looking hot for that wedding. How's it going? How's our goals going? Great. Da, 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 da. Okay. And then closer to the wedding, I would say, hey, I just needed to talk to you because you look pretty good. And I just want you to know when people ask you, what are you doing? Don't be shy about telling them. You could share with them, you know, like, and I would maybe have that conversation. Like, here's like, just have a great time, but make a mental note of all the people who are going to give you compliments and just go, you could do this with me. You could do this with me, and then just make notes and we can talk afterward, but it's going to happen. I would legitimately be like, it's going to happen. It's going to happen, Terri. You're looking hot. People are going to notice. So I just want you to know when they say you look hot, you're going to go, I know. And you could too, or I could just keep looking better without you. So you want to know more, or what's the deal? Nobody wants to know that their besties are getting skinny without them. Nobody.
That's great. Thanks. I love it. Now I need to go find a wedding.
There you go. No,
Anybody else have any
but can I say something about that?
Yeah.
It's wedding season, y'all. You should be talking about that on your social media. It's almost bathing suit season. Here in Arizona, it is hot as the face of the sun season. But where you guys all are, you should be saying like, hey, it's the great bikini countdown. It's the great, hey, it's your bathing suit calling. You're going to have to put me back on in 8 weeks or so, right? If you have post bathing suit disorder, you should call me. I can like, you should be talking about the bathing suits, the shorts, right? So that people are like, oh, she's right. Like in 8 weeks, I'm going to have to fit into shorts. And you're like, you are, girl. Let's get you on some products, right? Let's get you feeling your best. Weddings coming up. Oh my gosh. How many weddings coming up? Hey, I can help you. Wedding planning is my thing. I help people plan to look better at their upcoming weddings. Did you know that Plexus has a wedding planning arm? That's me, right? So I would just be talking about all those things that people are like, I got a wedding coming up and I'm feeling a little roly-poly. Great, let's get you on some products. Good questions.
Love it.
Genevieve, I would love for you to encourage anybody on here who is not signed up for convention. I would love to tell us why.
If you are not signed up for convention, raise your hand right now so I can shame you. How could you not be signed up for convention? Okay, let me just tell you this. Can I tell you this? When I first started in network marketing, I was the worst consultant ever. I told the person that signed me up, I'm like, I'm going to sign up, but don't bug me. I don't care about the end of the month. I'm not going to any of the things. I'm not telling my friends about it. Like, I didn't know what I was thinking. Like, I'm like, oh, people going to knock on my door just because I decided to sell something. I really thought I did. Let me just tell you, the most important thing about convention is that you deserve to go. Like, it's not that we want you to, like, first of all, it's ridiculously inexpensive. If you think that it costs the company $99 a person to produce what we do, like, I throw my head back and I laugh. That thing is subsidized up one side, down the other, because you are part of an incredible founders team that doesn't ever want money to get in the way of people learning how to do this business or how to be in community with one another. You want to go to convention because you deserve to have your pitcher filled. You want to go to convention because you deserve to feel special and appreciated. You want to go to convention because you want to shorten your learning curve. And you want to go to convention because these women are incredible. The opportunity to spend a few days with this group of people, and in particular, your leaders who like pray on the beach. Like, I mean, like these people are genuine and amazing women. If you went for no reason other than the fellowship, and I would not say this to most people, you deserve to go and let these people love on you. In addition, your business will be improved. In addition, I guarantee you're going to learn some things that improve you as a mom. I actually just talked to a speaker today. He's like, I'm going to talk about parenting in my segment. Is it okay? And I thought, well, let me think. Yeah, okay, that would be great. We want to fill you up, not take anything from you. So I would say wholeheartedly, if you aren't thinking about coming to convention, you're thinking too small. You can sell 4 welcome packs this month and probably pay for most of what you need. I'm sure you can bunk up with people. People bring blow up mattresses. It is so much fun. It is so bonding. So we really want it for you. We really, really do. Get in the car. One of the reasons we're having it at Columbus is because it's one of the most drivable cities in the country. As in, it is like 10 hours, a 10-hour drive from 80% of the country.
Cool.
So, yeah. So even though
well, I'm excited. I've heard enough. Well, if you've ever been to convention before, and some of you haven't, some of you joined during the pandemic and you've never been to a live in-person convention, and maybe you came to our little Dallas one that we had last year. But y'all, listen, corporate does everything first class. It will blow your mind. You'll be sitting there going, wait, it sounds like you're going to feel like an infomercial. Wait, there's more. Like, things just keep coming. It's so much fun. And we're going to have a team party. We're going to have a really fun time. So come, we want to see you guys and love on y'all a little bit and hang out and get to know some of you have joined during this crazy time in our world, and we've not gotten to meet you face to face yet. And we're so looking forward to that. Now, she told me, Genevieve told me that before she got off this call, she was going to let us in on a Plexus secret. Go ahead, Genevieve. I'm just kidding. She didn't tell me that. I'm just kidding. I'm just trying. I'm trying. But thank you so much for your time. Y'all, a lot of teams don't get this, don't do this. They don't get her all to themselves. And so we are so grateful for you. Does anyone else have a closing question? If not, we'll go ahead and wrap up.
I'll take questions, comments, concerns, or snide remarks.
Snide remarks. I knew that one was coming. I knew that was coming. But yes, get to convention. We're actually driving to convention too, all the way from Dallas, but we're going to make a stop in Tennessee to see my husband's family first. But let's go ahead and close. I'll go ahead and close this out in prayer. Thank you so much, Genevieve. We love you. We cannot say that enough. We are so grateful for you and for everyone at corporate. Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you so much for this night, Lord. I thank you for Genevieve and for her family, for her business, Lord. I thank you for all that she has brought into Plexus Corporate for us. And Lord, her heart for people, that is what you see when you truly get to know her. And Lord, we just thank you so much for that. Lord, we thank you for the wonderful words that she's given us tonight and the gobs of pages of notes we've taken. Lord, help us to implement these into our businesses. Lord, I just pray that everyone just has a wonderful night tonight with their families and a good night's rest. In your name we pray, amen. You guys, we love y'all. We will see you all next Monday, 7:30 Central. Love you, Genevieve. Hearts all around for another awesome team call. Love you guys.
Bye, guys.
Oh, Siri's talking to me too. All right. Y'all have a good night.